Hey friends, welcome to the JBM Daily Show. I'm Joe Barlow, here with my friend Aja McClanahan. We're answering this question today. Is there any hope for me? That may be a question you have asked. Is there any hope for me? You're in a situation that's kind of far different than, like here, I live in the way out in the western suburbs in the nice place,
In a nice place.
You live where?
I live in the hood,
You live in the hood.
as I like to affectionately call it. And I use that term just not in a derogatory way. I say that so people can understand where I'm coming from and kind of what we've done as a family.
Yeah.
And I like talking about this because I feel like sometimes we get very lofty with our goal speak and our Christianese, and we, kind of throw around these terms with faith, and sometimes it seems far removed for some people. They're like, that could never be me. I can't do that. This is my background. I came from this kind of family. And so we moved purposely, very purposely, intentionally to the hood. If you look up the statistics, I live in a place called Inglewood, Chicago. When we moved in, it was in the top 5 most dangerous neighborhoods, and I think now it's like moved up to like number 10 or in top 10 or something like that. It's getting better, but still.
Because you're there.
Yeah. Well, no, you're laughing, but
I know. I'm actually being serious.
You are actually being
because I know the presence of believers.
Yes.
Changes.
Yes.
Especially when believers can begin to prosper and do well, they have more influence. They have more ways to help people.
Yeah, so I want to come back to that idea of, is there hope for me? Because I think sometimes people think, well, you have to live in America. You have to live in this nice neighborhood. You have to have this nice education. We live in a time in history where the playing field is incredibly level now.
Yeah,
with
agreed.
Things like the internet, there's just really some, things racially agnostic, class agnostic, things that you have access to even in other countries, where you can prosper. And we are making the case for that right now where we live. So we live, again, in Inglewood, Chicago. And I say that we live a very hood-rich life because living there, we were able to get a home mortgage-free. We don't have any debt. And then we went to pay off all of our debt. Can you imagine if you lived someplace and you didn't have any rent, no mortgage? And
I wouldn't mind that.
yeah, but that was a goal that falls in line with purpose. There were some things that we wanted to accomplish in our life where financial strain would prevent us. So all these things lined up, so we could stay on that path. So yeah, I call it hood rich. We travel like crazy because we have lots of money,
Yeah.
Or we have enough money. I get to homeschool my kids,
Yeah.
right? Totally debt free. My kids have acting careers. My oldest does TV acting and voiceover. She does singing. They both play instruments. I mean, I feel like we live a really rich existence, even though we're in a place where, quote unquote, nobody is supposed to prosper.
You're surrounded with poverty.
Yes.
And violence.
On every side. When we moved in, there were bullet holes in our back door. They're still there, though. We haven't replaced the door.
Keep it as a reminder.
Yeah. Renovating very slowly because we want to stay out of debt, so we don't take on any more debt, because it's so important for me to be able to go to the high schools, to serve on the board of a local nonprofit. I get to serve in the community, be
Awesome.
there for my family and friends, and to me that's a rich life. That's why I call it hood rich.
Yeah.
So there's a way that you can set goals, you can live life on purpose, even in the middle of abject poverty. No matter what country you're in, where you, in what neighborhood, your family legacy, all that doesn't matter.
If you think about the mom who's got, let's say she's got 5 kids, the husband's gone. Thank God you got an awesome husband.
Yes. I thank the Lord.
But you got a mom, you got 5 kids. She's trying to feed them. She's trying to raise them.
Yeah.
And she is wearing herself out. So she comes home at the end of the day. Let's say she works a 10-hour day, and she comes home and she's dog tired.
Yeah.
How much energy does she have left to try to influence the community? That's not even on her radar.
No.
I mean, be a blessing to the neighbors. She's trying to survive.
Yeah.
She's trying to keep her head above the water.
Yeah.
So again, is there any hope for her?
There is, and one thing I mentioned, I said the internet kind of has leveled the
playing field.
But even more, I do want to mention, I don't want to be remiss in mentioning that having a relationship with the Holy Spirit through salvation
Thank God.
is critical. Like I'm not even that smart to think of some of the things. I would have never thought, go move in a very dangerous neighborhood to get a mortgage-free home and then be able to do all this stuff with your life. Like, I would have never connected those thoughts, those dots.
Yeah.
Would have never had those thoughts. So there is hope for that person who is just surviving, and that hope is in Jesus, really.
Right. That is awesome. I love this because I know that God is always trying to bring us from one level to the next, no matter where we are in life. I really believe he's trying to bait us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you put bait in front of a fish because you're trying to get the fish to
He
move.
uses our desire.
He uses
to
our
bring us
desires.
along,
That's
yeah.
what he told me this. He said, I'm always going ahead of you with desire. In other words, I'm wherever the provision I have for you. He said, I put desire out there in front of you so that you will go there.
That is awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
And so then when we get there, we're delighted because our desire was fulfilled. And that's actually where he placed the provision for us.
Yeah.
Aja, you've done an amazing thing in here that you live in Inglewood, but you're living debt free. You're doing things in a very entrepreneurial way. You're actually going after it. But I think there is a hope that's been placed in you by God.
Yeah.
And because I've known you for however many, 12, 13 something years
Long
now.
time.
And I've seen you've always had this thing that you knew where you were was going to change.
Yeah.
Where you are always going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I've always
Thank
known
you.
this about you. It's been exciting to watch, and it's been exciting to be a part of that. Listen, we got more coming on this, but I want to ask you, friends, if you would just, on this YouTube channel, click subscribe there, or give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Just give me some feedback, maybe leave a comment. There's notes in the field right below to give you more information. We're going to have information about Aja's, how you can connect with her, get her podcast, and you have a book, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we want to put that. We'll put that in the show notes right below this video. So listen, share this with your friends. You know, whatever you got to do. And we want you to be blessed by what we're sharing here. And I believe, how can you not be? This is good stuff, right? So listen, God bless you, and we will see you tomorrow.